following announcement has been paid for by the Wrestling Epicenter.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hello, ladies. Remember me? Let me talk to you, dummies.
It's now time
It's theater time. TikTok.
It's showtime!
for the longest running wrestling talk show in history.
We are huge. It's gonna be cool.
You're where it's at.
You smell like me.
Tune in each and every week.
You better keep listening, or I'll come out of your computer
And turn it on for you.
or else I'm gonna kick your stinking teeth in.
We've been known by a few names.
The needs of the many far outweigh the needs of the few.
The Interactive Interview,
Interactive interview. Oh, yeah.
Interactive interview.
The interactive interview. Interactive interview. The interactive interview.
Interactive Wrestling Radio,
Interactive wrestling radio.
Interactive Wrestling Radio.
Interactive radio.
Interactive wrestling radio.
Interactive wrestling radio.
The Blaze,
Blaze 1260 AM. The Blaze.
The Blaze.
Blaze. The Blaze Rock.
and a lot of other names.
Weekend Warrior of Wrestling. The Pile Driver. The
Epa Wrestling Center.
3 Count Wrestling. The Hours Lab.
But it's all one show, the Wrestling Epicenter.
Wrestling Epicenter. The Wrestling Epicenter.
The Epicenter.
Wrestling Epicenter, dude.
The Wrestling Epicenter. Don't get off.
And your host from day one,
By ignorance or arrogance.
James Walsh.
Wake up, sleepyheads.
Dr. Carol S.
It all starts
What a rush. Oh, Boomer Sooner.
Thank you very much.
I got 2 words for you. Thumbs down. Breaking necks and cashing checks. Burn. I've heard a lot about you guys.
Check it out. Get out of my face. You win!
But I'm desperately out of time!
So what you gonna do when Blaze-a-mania runs wild on you?
now.
Welcome back to Interactive Wrestling Radio. On the Newsmaker line with me right now is one half of the longest reigning Impact Wrestling tag team champions in history. They lost the titles, but they got another shot at it coming up soon. Of course, one half of the North, Ethan Page. Are you with me, sir?
I'm with you, and I'm going to let that stumble at the beginning slip because, it still feels good to be called the longest reigning champions of all time.
Absolutely, and you guys earned that right. And, the last time we spoke to you, I think I made you mad because I implied that you were an understudy. I implied that you were an understudy to another guy who's no longer with the company. And basically, in that time, that was to promote Homecoming. That shows you how long ago it was, about a year and a half. Feels longer ago than that. Basically, you've really come into your own and showed everybody what you're capable of. How has the last year and a half been for you here in Impact?
Oh, it's been great. It's been amazing to see the growth of my personal career, but also the growth of the company in general. And then not only that, like a legacy was built for myself and Josh Alexander that is going to be left with Impact for the remainder of the company's history. We've held the titles longer than anybody else. We had a longer reign, most grueling schedule. And yeah, it's cool to go from, like you said, an understudy, quote unquote, to the best tag team in the world for an entire year.
Very cool. And it's got to be cool to do it with someone I know is one of your best friends, in Josh Alexander.
Oh yeah. Like we've been tagging for almost 10 years now. And a whole year of our tag team history, we held gold in one of the biggest companies in the world. So for me, it's fantastic. It's like a childhood dream to have a childhood friend as your tag team partner,
Absolutely. And like I mentioned, you guys prepared for so long to face Sammy and Ken Shamrock at Slammiversary. And then the very next show, you guys faced the Motor City Machine Guns, who weren't even on the radar while you guys were preparing. Do you feel naked without the belts, and how eager are you to get them back?
Well, look, I have lost almost 40 pounds in the last 2 weeks, so being naked is not really an issue for me. But when it comes to the championships, yeah, I feel a little naked. I mean, I literally told Ross, PR guy, to not let anyone bring up the Motor City Machine Guns. And this is the second interview now that it's happened, so I'm going to let it slide and not flip my lid because you already told me that mad at you last time. So if you want to get the next question, that'd be cool.
That's cool. Well, I'm going to go into a little bit of your Twitter news of late. You've been a very popular guy on the social media front of late. Kylie Ray said glowing things about you, and even The Rock had some nice things to say about you. It's got to be good to be Ethan Page today.
I mean, it's pretty good to be me most days, but the last couple of days have been pretty great. Let's have your childhood idol be in a news website article title. Is pretty cool. Sharing the name and the billing. I wasn't too mad at that.
So when you guys were kind of in quarantine because you couldn't get to the tapings, you were sending in those videos, and those were just awesome. They were hysterical. They were fun. My only thought, and tell me what you think of this question, did you fear that being too funny could actually have turned you guys babyface?
That's a good question. I want to say, the chips will fall how they want, but I knew once it came time to get back to the studio tapings and to kind of lean into our title reign, I'd be able to get them back to hate me, even though there's no audience there. I'm very confident in my ability to portray whatever is necessary for the team or the story or the show.
Very good. You mentioned there's no audience.
My name's all ego. Like, you just asked me if I'm good at my job. Of course I'm going to say yes.
Absolutely. And is it difficult to do your job without having that live audience to feed the heat machine?
To be honest with you, no. And there's a lot of people complaining about it, and I totally understand, and I can relate to it because I'm working in the same environment as them. But I truthfully feel like no audience has helped my career in a way that was impossible before, because I'm not mic'd in the ring. So people aren't hearing everything that I'm saying or doing when there's live audiences. There's so much noise and commotion. Whereas now you could literally hear a pin drop if people aren't walking in the ring, but you will always hear Ethan Page. I'm louder than everyone that's in the match, and I'm louder than production. I'm the loudest thing inside Skyway Studio. So I'm able to use my voice while on the apron. So I can make a whole match about me if I really wanted to. And to me, that's such a benefit, especially to be so creatively liberating and to be able to just constantly, if I want someone's attention, it's not hard to get.
Very cool. And I mentioned Kylie Ray was putting you over as being like an inspiration to you. And we just talked to Kimberly yesterday, and she was talking about intergender wrestling and how she'd like to see it back in Impact. Is that something that you're comfortable doing at the national level, at the international level with Impact?
For me, I will always say the same thing. If it's presented to me the right way, I'll always do it. But at the end of the day, it's not my show. If that is what is given to me, I'm going to do the best of my ability to present that the best way possible and just be the best Ethan Page. So I will say, though, in confidence, Kylie Ray is one of the best wrestlers I've ever shared a ring with. And I say that with a laundry list of, quote unquote, the best wrestlers in the world. She is better than more people than I can list. So if they want me to share a ring with Kylie Ray, that'll be the quickest yes I can respond.
All right. Now, when we did last speak, like I mentioned, we were going to talk about Homecoming, and you said your fear was, could the Ultimate X ropes hold you up? Would they support your body weight? Obviously they did, but what did you think of that match, and would you do another one?
I would 100% do another one. I would love to do another one, especially a tag one with Josh. I mean, maybe this, I'll let you talk about Motor City Machine Guns. Maybe that's where this thing is going to go. I wouldn't mind that, to be honest with you. But I feel being able to change my body the way that I have in the last little while, I'd love to test it out in a match like that.
Very good. I saw you hitting the gym in some of those videos with your dad doing the promos, and that was some awesome stuff.
Thank you.
Did you want to talk a little bit about your online presence? Because your video blog is a lot of fun. My favorite moment of all time was Sam Houston asking if you were any relation to DDP. That made me pop huge. But want to talk a little bit about your video blog?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to know?
I just wanted to say, where can people find it? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, sure. So I got a website. It's playedbyjulian.com, Julian. And I just I do successfully put up a weekly show every single Wednesday on my YouTube channel. But I try and give a look backstage to, I don't know, I guess shed some light on the camaraderie and the fun that we can have while at work. There is so many things going on. So every vlog is obviously different. Some tapings are busier. Some indie shows are obviously less busy. So more footage can be filmed elsewhere. But I do my best to shine light on talent that doesn't get that exposure that I feel like they deserve. Because this might be hard to believe. Some people are much more entertaining backstage than on camera. So I really want people to know that, because these are my friends and this is how they're comfortable. And it's easier to, not to use wrestling terms, but help people get over that way than, whatever they're written for TV. Sometimes they only have a 4-minute match and a 10-second promo. But on Ethan Page's vlog, although a smaller audience, maybe they can have 5 minutes to, really showcase who they are. And to me, that means more than anything.
Impact has gone through a few changes since we last spoke. It's been on Pursuit, and now, of course, with it appearing on Access TV, it's just been a huge transition for Impact Wrestling. I think everybody can feel the upward momentum, especially with Slammiversary. For somebody who's been there for a little while now, how does it feel to be a part of the Impact roster and see the eyeballs finding the product?
Oh, the best. It's almost like taking stress off my shoulders because now it's like all this hard work we did to keep the company somewhat relevant now all of a sudden just got a surge of star power, and all of the guys that have been here for the last couple of years have been ready. So you mix that with a whole new audience, and they're seeing a polished product that has been molding itself for the last couple of years and been ready for presentation to this huge audience. So it's great. The locker room is extremely hyped. Everyone that's new that has come into the company has been extremely helpful and friendly. And, it didn't take long for everyone to feel like they've been there forever.
Awesome. And two of those guys that just came in were the Good Brothers. And I got to tell you, as happy as I was to see you guys face off with the Motor City Machine Guns, I would love to see you guys being the North, face off with the Good Brothers. 4 grown men in a tag team match would be just awesome to see. Is that something you're looking forward to as well?
Yeah, of course. That is the match I'm looking forward to. I think when that happens for Impact, that'll be big. And I think in tag team wrestling around the world, that's one match that people are anticipating, and myself and Josh are anticipating it as well.
All right, but the next match on your calendar is Emergence, when you guys challenge for that tag team titles once again. I guess I can plan on calling you guys the new tag team champions next time we talk, right?
I would plan on that, yes. What's up, everybody? This is Impact Wrestling superstar, All Ego Ethan Page, and you are inside the Wrestling Epicenter.
The preceding announcement was paid for by the Wrestling Epicenter.
I'm to listen, and if you like what you heard, I'm glad. If you didn't like what you heard, well, go fuck yourself.
Most people done hung up on me.
We had a lovely conversation.
What a show.
Ooh, mercy, daddy. On your radio dial.
Don't hang up. Bye-bye.